Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody is doing well. This is the weekend reading. This is for August 27th and August 28th of 2022. And I thought I would pop on and let's do the weekend reading live. Why the heck not? Hope everyone's doing well. Getting myself organized here, getting all my cards out. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way in. Hi, Jake. How are you? Good morning, my friend. Happy Saturday to you. How are you doing this morning? I'm getting all my cards out because I'm not organized, which is odd for me because I usually am. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Doing well, my friend. Doing well. Good morning, Ange. How are you, my dear? Hope you're doing well. Getting all my cards out. Good morning, Liba lady. Oh, how nice. That sounds like fun. A walk with the neighbor. Just getting all my cards out, everybody. Because I'm not organized. Sorry. All right. Well, I thought I would come live because why the heck not? I mean, it's Saturday. I'm sitting here. And I figured, why the heck not? Hi, Anna. How are you? It's good to see you, my friend. I sent you a message earlier today. Just checking in and saying hi. Not sure if you've seen it or not. All right. Just get myself organized here. Let me know how you guys are doing. I've got my tea in my huge cup. Look at my hair. Oh my gosh. Look like the leftover of an accident. So sorry. You know how when you first wake up and you're like, so I set the time and I'm like, sure, that sounds like more than enough time to get ready. And then I'm like, oh my God, where did the time go? It was kind of one of those moments. So if I seem a bit disorganized, I do apologize. But anywho, good morning, Beverly. Morning, Geek. How are you guys? Oh, okay, Anna. I'll check it as soon as I'm done here. I just want to say hi, see how you're doing. Thank you, Geek, last night. Thank you for popping in, and I hope that your back is feeling a little bit better today. Last night at the Firepit was a lot of fun. So I'm going to play a little intro that I worked on. You guys, please let me know if you think it's okay, if it's too much or whatever, okay? I'm just going to play it while I say my little prayer meditation thing to get me started, and I'll be right with you, okay? All right, let me know what you think, okay? Here we go. Morning, Ron. So what did you guys think of that? If you think it's too much, let me know. My feelings aren't going to be too hurt. No, I'm kidding. It's just a little something I've been working on. I kind of like it because it gives me a chance to just sort of like take a breath. Also, if you have a guest on, it gives them a moment to sort of like, get their bearings if they're nervous or whatever. So, oh, thank you. You guys are all so kind. So, what's coming up? Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be done, or I will be on with Ron Unconditional Love, and Tracy Ralph will be with us. So I'm looking forward to that. Monday, Circle of Friends. Ron will be my co-host. I'm not sure if Allie's going to be there or not. I think that she is going to be there. So we look forward to that. Wednesday for Achieving Wellness at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm doing what I'm calling solutions. And so there will be like a meditation, a visualization, tapping, box breathing, all of those kinds of things. Just, it's not really a review, but it's just different little things that we have to put in our spiritual toolbox to help us as we move forward. So I do hope that you can tune in or, watch the video on replay, because there'll be lots of good stuff in it. Then Thursday, I have a Who's in the News with Cartomancy Mesquite and Ivana. Next Friday is Friday at the Firepit, and I have Taro Stash and Allie joining me. So that's going to be off the hook, hopefully. And of course, the Friday at the Firepit is weather permitting. And then, my friends, I am so excited because I am taking a week off. I will be off from the 3rd of September until the 11th or the 12th of September, which is the Monday. So I will be not going anywhere. I will be doing a staycation, but I need some time off, and I'm so looking forward to it. And then lots of good stuff coming up when I return. So let's start with a couple of cards. If you guys have a specific question that you want me to answer, please do pop it in the chat. I will do my best to answer you. And oh, hi, Lauren. That's very kind of you. Yep, Miriam popped in and said hello. She has her grandbabies coming over, so she couldn't stay. But that's so kind of you guys to pop in and say hello and wish us all love and blessings. Right back to you, my friend. Ron, I'm going to send you an email in a little bit. I had a thought about something that we talked about last night. I'm going to send you an email. Good morning, Connie. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. All right. So, like I said, if anyone has a specific question, pop it in the chat, and we'll get you answered. But let us start with a couple of tarot cards. This is from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. Let's ask what we need to know for the collective for the weekend of August 27th and the 28th. Tomorrow, actually, is our 3rd year anniversary here in this house. And we didn't even realize it. We only realized it when Facebook told us. How bad is that? You know how like time just like goes on and sort of like lose all track of things? When I think about the last 3 years and, especially, the last year, but there's been such significant personal growth. There's been some loss, there's been some tragedies, there's been wonderful things. It has been quite a period of time. Okay, so we have lots of cards falling out here. So we're going to take the 4 cards that we've got. We've got the six of the air. Friends, we have the 6 of air on the bottom of the deck, which is lovely. So we start out with the King of Air. And then we have the Queen of Fire following that. So I'm not sure if this is a relationship thing between, who represents the queen and who represents the king. It is possible. I'll just put that out there. But the king of air is about, truth and being objective, really someone who is a very strategic kind of planner, right? They are highly respected. The queen of fire, she is the natural born healer. She is someone who is well thought of in the community. She is intelligent, she's determined, and she's exuberant, right? I love the energy of the Queen of Fire. I like to think that I am the Queen of Fire. I don't know that I am, but I like to think that. Then we have the Knight of Fire, right? This is someone who is really confident, someone who is passionate and adventurous, someone going after what they want, someone who's not afraid to let their hair down and sort of, beat on their own drum, so to speak. There's some spontaneity to the Knight of Fire. Following that, in the possible outcome position, we've got the Page of Water. This is someone who is sensitive, who is open-hearted, and very intuitive. And then the Sixth of Air is on the bottom of the deck, which is the overlying energy. Good morning, Liz. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. The Sixth of Air is about moving from troubled waters to a safer shore, a safer harbor. So literally moving out of a situation that caused us, to feel some sort of way, to feeling less that way, if that makes sense. So this is either about a relationship. It could be maybe like a boss, like you and a boss, you and a teacher, you and a mentor, that kind of thing. I think that there's another person involved that has made you feel some sort of way. Or this is about you really tapping into all that makes you confident and determined and carefree and spontaneous. So that's what we've got. It's a lovely reading so far. Let's pull a couple more cards and see what else we can get, because I feel like someone had a difficult situation and they're getting through it. Right? They're now taking that moment, that pause, to be open-minded, open-hearted. They're tapping into their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions. They're processing them. They're using their gut instinct and their intuition, and they're starting to feel the relief because they put some work in, if that makes sense. Nice, geek. I love it. So if anyone wants a question, pop it in the chat. Let me know. I'll be finished this in just a couple of moments. Yeah, there you go, friends. Your eternal spirit, your higher self, and your sacred intuition. So when we have two cards that come out telling us to tap into our intuition and to, our higher selves, it is often a really, really good indicator that that's what spirit wants us to do, right? If we tap into our inner knowledge, our inner wisdom, our intuition, our gut instinct, right? Hearing that message will provide us with a lot of comfort. Good grief, Anna. 3 or 4 pots a day? That's a lot of coffee, friend. Geek is having a 32 pot cup. Oh my God. Or a 32 cup pot. Jeepers. All right. We have this lovely card. I love this card. It's absolutely beautiful with the image. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. Follow your vision and never lose sight of what is really important. So often we can get up in the muck, in the details, in the challenges of our everyday life and lose sight of what is really important. And that's why it's important to have this kind of moment. Imagine this scene, right? Walking along the beach, getting really quiet, taking a moment, maybe having a bath, going out to the garden, going for a walk in nature. It's important that we take time to smell the flowers. Not to sound trite, but it is very important. So that's what I got for the reading for today. Now, does anyone have any questions? Because otherwise this is going to be a really short stream. All right, what's going on here? So Anna said about the 3 or 4 pots a day. Cardamancy says that much coffee you won't have to sleep for a week, or you won't have much sleep. Connie says I'm down to half a cup. Geek says I'm an old West Band 32 cup urn a while back. There you go. Oh, really, Anna? I got you, Libra lady. You know what's really interesting about that? The only reason why I say it is because, you know, I drink tea in the morning. I don't often drink tea any other time unless, like, you know, sometimes in the night, but not very often. But I drink pop, and I get so much grief for the amount of pop that I drink. And I'm like, you know, would it be any worse if I drank, you know, 18 cups of coffee a day, or if I drink, you know, alcohol or whatever? Because I don't. I've never had a cup of coffee in my life. I don't like the smell of it. So. All right, let's get Libra Lady's question answered here. Hopefully we can do this for you, Libra Lady. Any messages for me from my late husband, Maynard? Thank you. All right, Maynard. What do you want to tell your wife? Tell your wife. What messages do you have for your wife, Maynard? Hi, Jay. I got you, Connie B. That's not a good feeling, my friend. I love your avatar, by the way, Libra Lady. Bear with me for 1 second. Libra Lady, I'm interested to know what sign, what zodiac your sign was, if he was an air sign. Oh, is it, Alexandra? Beautiful cat. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let me just pull a couple more cards for you here. Okay, he's showing up. That's why I asked. You both showed up as the king and queen of air. Which is lovely. All right. All right, so I think I've got enough to start. So the first card that I have out is the Nine of Water, or the Nine of Cups. This is about your dreams coming true. This is about that sort of joyful feeling of, making a wish, and and the anticipation of, ooh, the happy, sort of innocent, joyful sort of feeling, almost like a little kid when they're like on Christmas morning, right? Like the exuberant puppy kind of energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This is about luck. This is about change, and it's about progress. Here is your beautiful husband showing up in your reading, reminding you to be knowledgeable, truthful, and be objective. We have the Hermit card, which is introspection, self-discovery. It's about following your path, using the wisdom that you have to follow the path that you're on. It also could be about finding a mentor or a support person, in terms of having someone teach you something, right? There you are in all of your beauty. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck because I absolutely love the dress that she's wearing. You are in the position on the bottom of the deck, which is the overlying energy. So this is you. So I think that what your husband is wanting to send in form of a message is to remember who you are. If you feel slightly challenged, to take that moment for quietude and go within yourself. There's a card that I have here that says, if you listen to your heart's never going to steer you wrong. I sort of feel like it's that kind of vibe. I think that he is trying to remind you to, I'm trying to think of the word that I want to use. It's not really let go in terms of like releasing something, I don't think. I think it's more of a let go of a like little sort of safety bubble that you may have created around yourself, when you, in terms of like protecting yourself. I don't know if that makes sense or not. So I have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. And so, in other words, if you feel passionate about something, if you want to do something, if you want to, start a project, go on a road trip, don't get too caught up in the thought process of it in terms of talking yourself out of it. Don't deny yourself joy. When you ignite a passion inside of yourself or a desire inside of yourself, you are really tapping in to your insides, that fire in your belly. And when you listen to the fire in your belly and you follow through with that, literally what you're doing is you're lifting your vibration because you are doing something that you want. So I know that you're truthful. I know that you're practical. I know that you are normally, from what I know about Libras, normally a very sort of jovial person, a very happy-go-lucky kind of person. But I think that you may have brought yourself in, brought your walls in, your boundaries in to protect yourself. And I think that he's asking you to sort of step outside of that. Like, don't forget, like what we said before, don't forget to smell the flowers because it's important. And then I've got center yourself. Take a few deep breaths to regain your center. Now you can approach life from a more mindful place. So, not sure if you're getting caught up in the wheel of life, or if someone has suggested that you should not do something that you want to do. So, only you can tell me if that resonates or not. Anna says, saw the queen and heard shine. Embrace your authenticity and shine. Yep. Yeah. I think this is about allowing yourself the freedom to do what you want to do. I think this is the message that he has for you. Right? All of that stuff about standing in your power. He used to say, stop and smell the roses. It's so sweet. Wow. Look at that. So this is from the Chakra Insight card, right? This is a master number 44 if you're into numerology. We have presence. I also want you to know that when you see like 444, that's protection, right? You're being protected. So this is from the crown chakra. This is awareness, attention, connection, and reality. So pay attention for synchronicities. Be aware of the connection that you have. I think he is around you. I think he's with you. And this is really interesting because all the cards that I have here are like yellows and purples and blues. So you said purple's your favorite color. I've got all kinds of blue here too. So this is from the throat chakra. The throat chakra is about communication. It's about hearing and listening. The throat chakra is about speaking your truth, right? Using your voice. We have expression, assertiveness, self-control, and direction. And they're calling it will. So expressing your true self, just like Anna said, shine. And then we have, of course, my favorite card. And this is from the solar plexus chakra. We have gut instincts. Your intuition, your knowing, your trust, and your sensing. So the last thing that I'm going to say is if you feel passionate or, good about doing something, go for it. Have the courage to be free. That's a beautiful message. Oh, you're welcome, Libra lady. Kelly, my back is still hurting, but not as bad. I took some painkillers for it so I can function over the counter only. I refuse to take, yeah. I don't do that either. Good for you, Geek. I hope that it continues to feel that way. And I mean, what a lovely message for Libra Lady. That's beautiful. Thank you for asking the question, and I'm glad that that resonated with you. All right, Miss Connie B. Miss Connie B. I sense some stuff going on behind my back at work. Any thoughts? Let's see what the cards may have to say about that. Of course, my friend. Miss Connie B. Miss Connie B. What is going on with Miss Connie B? Is there something going on that Connie needs to be aware of at her place of work? Is there something going on at work? Of course, Jake. I'm happy to throw cards for you, my friend. Is there something going on at Connie's work that she needs to be aware of? Something that Connie needs to be aware of at work. Is there something Connie needs to be aware of at work? I don't think that you're necessarily wrong, Connie, but I'm not getting what it is. Specifically. Okay, so I got and all of these cards, like, they didn't fall out, but they turned like sideways and pointed out of the deck as if to say, pick me, right? So we start out with the Three of Water. You know, this is about your friends. This is about your community. So before I go any further, I would say to you, if you are aware of a friend, or if your spidey senses are telling you that something is up, pay attention to that, because you're probably not wrong. If you have a friend, or feel like you had like a friendship was, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 9, and now it's like a 7, pay attention to that, if that makes sense. We have the Wise Counselor, which is the Hierophant card, right? That's our sense of belonging and our sense of learning and our belief system. So are you clashing with someone in terms of, you know, how you do something there why you do something the way that you do? Has anyone come to you and asked you for your advice? I think there might be something in that. We have the High Priestess next. You have 3 major arcana out of 5 cards. By the way, this is about your wisdom, your patience, your intuition. And then we have the Hanged Man, or in this deck, it's the Awakening, right? Taking a pause to gain perspective over a situation. The last card that we've got is the Page of Earth. This is communications. This is being cheerful and sort of like one step in front of everyone. This is someone who is seeking knowledge and very eager to learn, right? To gain information. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Fire on the bottom of the deck. This is goals, expansion, and vision. So use your intuition. Keep your cards close to your chest is what I want to say to you. And I don't know why I want to say that, but there you have it. You have a vision and you have a goal. Okay. And that's what you need to focus on. Focus on you, like what you're doing on. Put blinders on where she is concerned or he is concerned, whatever the case may be, and focus on what you're doing, right? And hopefully they learn by example of how to do something instead of how not to do something. Okay, Quincy, really? If you step on that keyboard, honey, me and you are going to have a talk. Can you get off the desk, please? Come on, Quince. There's not enough room up here for you, love. Sorry, I apologize. Cat on the desk with literally like this much room to walk. All right. So I've got conscious steps, which is considered action and looking forward. So this is, like I said, right? Cards close to your chest. I don't want you to get like, sort of paranoid about it, but just be careful, like one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. Don't allow yourself to read too much into it. Like her issues, her opinion, that belongs to her. It's got nothing to do with you, right? You lead by example and be the awesome educator that you are, and sort of let her sort of implode on her own, right? We have mindfulness, so peaceful presence and quiet mind. Sometimes when we're passionate about what we do and what we think and how we feel, it sort of energizes us to want everyone to be that way. Does that make sense? And when we feel someone is not being authentic or genuine, it really upsets us and wants it, and sort of we feel compelled to do something, like take action of some sort. That's not your course. Your course is to stay in your power, in your lane, and do what you do best. And, ask for the most benevolent outcome for her. Send her lots of love and light and blessings that she can learn from the people that she surrounds herself with on how to be better at her position, I guess. We have creation, which is your soul expression and something new, right? And I think that this is about like you just doing you to the very best of your ability and not worrying about her. Just not worry about her. No, 100%, my friend. 100%. Pull one or two more cards for you. I know what it's like to, and I'm sure that we all can relate in one form or another. We've all had a person that has entered our life that we just sit there and go, how did you get that job? How do you have so many friends? Why do people gravitate towards you when we feel that they're just very flawed or disingenuous or, deceitful or untrusting? You know what I mean? We've all encountered those people. And if you weren't an empath and you didn't care, it wouldn't bother you. So I would say keep your boundaries up and protect yourself. Don't get too close to that circle. And you just forge forward and keep doing what you're doing. You can't make this stuff up. Have courage. Awaken the warrior of light within you. Awaken the warrior of light within you. And the second card, there you have it, my friend. Leave your usual social circles behind. Seek out true companions. Thank you, Spirit. There are quite a few husband-wife teachers working with me. I think it's nepotism. Her husband got her fired. Wow. Of course, I mean that's absolutely what it is. It's either or got her hired, not fired. Yeah, it's absolutely what it is. It's you know. Listen, if I used to joke around all the time. Okay, and on a personal note, well, I have a bit of a cigarette, and I'm gonna get your cards out for you, Jay or Jake. Sorry, not Jay. But I just want to say that over the course of my life, I seem to have two categories of people. Either people think I'm a complete bitch or they think I'm awesome. There doesn't seem to be any gray area. Because people, generalizing this statement, don't appreciate, like, or feel endeared, attracted to confident, powerful women. They don't gravitate towards them. They feel threatened and jealous and envious of a woman, that especially a woman, and I'm sure a man too, but I'm not a man, I'm a woman, so I only can speak from that experience. But they feel this sense of like competition, and they come at you and they find things to sort of pin on you that are completely false. So that's their problem. That's not your problem. Having said that, of course it hurts. Of course it makes you feel some sort of way. You're a human being and you have feelings. It is not right. It is wrong. And, we were all taught that when we were 3, 4, 5 years old to, do unto others. And if someone is jealous of you, just take it in cheek and don't say anything and take it in your stride. And I find that really difficult to do some days, which is why when I did my reading on Wednesday, for example, that's why I did that reading, because I had to get it out. I couldn't just sit there and hold on to that any longer. Yeah. A lot of people just take issue with anyone. Okay, listen, if I look at you and I say, I don't really get it, I don't see what the attraction is, I formed my opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's got nothing to do with you personally, because they haven't taken 5 seconds to get to know you, obviously. So it's not about you. It's about a preconceived narrative that they have in their head, based on nothing more than judgment and pettiness, envy, jealousy, all of those wonderful words, right? That's what it is. And I dare say, like, I don't know how great of a teacher you are, but I can imagine that you're fun and that your students enjoy you and appreciate you. And how do you know that, or how do you not know that your students may be in that classroom or in the hallway and they have overheard your students saying how awesome you are, and they can't make a like an interaction with their students. They can't catch them. They can't grab a hold of their attention. And all they hear is, Connie's awesome. Connie's awesome. Miss Connie's awesome. And they're like, ugh. So it's not even something maybe that you've done or that you've said. It's not because, you wore blue and you should have wore like green or something that day. You know what I mean? It's probably got nothing to do with you at all. It's just based on a narrative. And I would just be like, whatever. Like, your opinion, you own it. Listen, they're wasting energy in that space, as we all know. Let them waste that energy. You know what I would do? I would wait till my students were really, really close to their door, or knowing that my students were going into their class next or something like that, and I would crack them up and make them laugh really loud so that they could hear them. I don't know why, but that's how I am. Are definitely not coming from a place of love or light or understanding. The only way that people like that know how to win is to make someone else feel lost or less or small or invisible. It's absolute total Mean Girls high school nonsense, right? And that's the way some people roll. Oh, Patricia, you're so sweet. Patricia, can I just tell you, my mama is a Scorpio. My father was a Libra. My mom is a Scorpio. And my mother always held herself to a particular fashion. And everyone always said that my mom was a class act. But let me tell you, there were days when my mom would just be like, no, listen up. So I listen, sometimes you just got to. So I hope that helped a little bit, Connie, and best of luck with that situation. I just don't know, like, it just, those kind of things there, that kind of a situation, just, it is beyond my level of comprehension, because it is just so flippin' silly and unnecessary, right? There's so much energy wasted. I mean, my God, is there not something else that we can talk about or do, right? There's a lot of other important things going on in the world. Anyway, all right. Jake, my friend, is there something specific? What is the matter? I can't get my words out. My brain is obviously working faster than my mouth is. Who would have ever thunk I would have said that? Is there something specific that you want me to look at, or is it just like general? I love hanging out with you guys on a Saturday. It's fun. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. It is hotter than you know what here. Tomorrow is supposed to be like, like 99 or something stupid like that, with thunderstorms, and then it's going to finally cool down and be like normal. We should be around like 20, 21, 19, somewhere in that range, which it would be like 79, 80 in that range, and we're like sitting at like 99. Hot, humid, yucky weather. I feel like stuck spaghetti on the wall. And can I just tell you, on a personal note, I can't wait to put my hair down and actually be able to handle it. Where I don't like spend time doing my hair and then I look like a drowned rat. Or I don't get so hot from my hair that I have to put it up because I'm, sweating. All right, here we go with Jake's cards. Jake. Hi, Anglo. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Jake, my friend, what is going on, love? Anybody else have a question? Pop it in the chat. I'll do my best to get to it here. We'll get Jake some cards out. Jake, are you still here? I have questions. I have questions. Is there something going on with, I don't know. I don't know if this is about your job. I don't know if it's about, like, education, job. Oh, Libra lady, you're speaking my language. You know what? I just haven't gone to a hairdresser because of the pandemic, but so I've been cutting my own hair the last couple of years, but I'm right about there. I've only had short hair twice in my life. Like, when I say short, I mean short. Like, cutting it to my shoulders makes me feel like some sort of way. So, but at some point, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, I think. All right, so wherever Jake is, I don't know if he's lurking or not, but here we go. So this is what I've got, Jake, for you. I've got the Ace of Air, which is about communication. It's about being inspired. It's about new ideas. It's about sort of that recognition that maybe I need to make an adjustment to be able to make something happen for myself. It's sort of along the lines of an aha moment. We've got the Two of Fire. And the Two of Fire is about planning. It's about progress. Can be about taking a trip, but it's about making a plan, right? You have a plan for a job, plan for a new home, a new budget, right? It's a plan, like a life-changing plan. Of course, Geek, I'm happy to do that for you, my dear. No problem. Then we have the Seven of Water. Okay, so the Seven of Water is about making choices, but it's not like, oh, should I wear the red shirt or should I wear the green shirt? It's not a simple choice. These kind of choices that this card speaks to is like the adult shell game, where you totally overanalyze every single aspect of said choice, right? If I move this here, then this will happen. But then if I move that there, then that might happen. But like, what about that? And what, you know what I mean? Where you're like totally scratching your head that after you've broken it down, you're more confused than when you started. It's that kind of energy. So it's overanalyzing the choices and procrastinating about making a decision because you've almost stressed yourself out because of the choices, if that makes sense. The last card, which is your potential outcome. So this is the Eight of Earth. This is about hard work. It's about mastering your craft. It's about paying attention to details and being focused. It's about learning new skills, right? On the bottom of the deck, we have, in this deck, it's called the Transformation card, which I appreciate, or the Tower card in the traditional tarot, okay? Now, here on this card, it says realization, life change, and liberation. In the traditional tarot, the Tower card is about a crack in your foundation. It doesn't have to be negative, but it sort of comes out of nowhere, or that's the feeling, and literally sort of pulls the rug out from underneath your feet. So you feel quite unbalanced and off kilter when it happens. It doesn't necessarily have to be a negative or a bad thing. I just want to say that. We have observe, don't absorb. If you are taking on the stress of others, try observing the situation from a distance, and this will increase your energy. So if this is a choice that you're trying to make, whether it's about yourself or about other people, if this is about a job, if this is about family, try to step outside of it. Try to separate yourself from it, right? Try to think of this in terms of your best friend asking you, what should I do? Right? Sometimes when we do that, the answers come easier to us because we're not directly involved with it, right? Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning, Pierrette. Happy Saturday to everybody. And then I pulled from the Chakra Insight deck, and I got from the root chakra, which is family, which is belonging, community, culture, and tribe. And so I feel like that's why I said it could be about family. So I don't know if you're having to make a decision about something, it almost feels like maybe for example, maybe you need to move for a job, and you don't know how to present this to the family, or you don't know how the family's going to feel about it, or you've said it to the family and now everybody's like, thinking about it, and it's all of that kind of thing. I don't know if that resonates or not, but that's what I'm getting. And here's what I want to say to you. Only you know what's best for you. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say this, and I hope that the people in the chat back me up and understand where I'm coming from. Okay? Every choice and every decision that we make is based on our experiences up until that moment. We don't know that something is going to be perhaps not the best decision for us until, 5 months later, 6 months later, 5 years down the road. That's when we realize that, oops, maybe this wasn't so high. But you, in the moment, have to make a decision based on facts. How you're feeling, your circumstances, your situation. We have manifesting magic. You are creating your life based on the interactions you send out into the universe. So stop, take a moment, and another one. Oh, yeah. Thank you, honey. So stop and take a moment and figure out what it is that is going to serve your highest good, and then try to go after that or make this situation work along those lines, if that makes sense. That's what I got for you. I hope that resonates. I hope it makes some sort of sense. If anyone has a question, please throw it up in the chat. I'm just trying to find my last question here. Not my last question, but the last one I started. If anyone has a question, pop it up. Okay. By the way, Pierrette just put a new video up. I seen that on Facebook this morning when I was doing this. Ron, of course, I will be on with Ron tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, along with Tracy Ralph. And what else? Anna Banana puts up videos every day, so check those out. Hopefully I haven't forgotten about anyone, and if I did, it wasn't intentional. All of us content creators, it is so important, right? The thumbs up, the support, the comments under the video, the subscriptions, they're all free. And it means an awful lot to us in terms of, getting our channels noticed, getting us, some traffic, come call it that. Hi, Beverly Thompson. Welcome, my friend. Happy Saturday to you. Thank you, honey. What's wrong? Good morning, Jan's Free. Nice to see you. Happy Saturday. All right. Mr. Geek Hillbilly. Man, oh man, the cards are talking to you, Geek. Holy. All right, Geek. We start out with the 10 of air. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is about what you've just gone through in terms of the flooding and the damage that was done to your home. That card speaks to us about endings and recovering and freedom from those challenges. Sometimes it is said that the 10 of Swords in the Tarot deck is actually worse than like the Tower card, because that emotion, right? That stress, as depicted in the traditional Rider-Waite, is 10 swords in someone's back with them laying face down. It's very dramatic, that card. But when you've been stabbed in the back repeatedly, it's really, really hard to walk away from that. It's hard to let that go. Next to that, we have the 8 of air, or the 8 of swords. So this is confusion and self-doubt, but it's also free will. It is also about, you know what? I have had enough of this, right? So in other words, you're down, you're out, you're like, to hell with it. I can't handle this anymore. And you sort of get that little spark, right? And you're like, I'm just going to keep going. It's that kind of vibe, right? We've got the Queen of Air. Now, I know you're not a female, but the energy of this card, I think, represents you from what I know of you in the chat, right? Brilliant, experienced, and humorous. Someone that is sitting high atop their perch and looking out and scouring everything, right? You're truth seeker. You're looking for ways to be strategic and to be useful, trying to make other people's lives easier. Now, right now, this is your challenge. Okay? So the 5 of water, or the 5 of cups. It's about forgiveness. It's about disappointment. And it's about regret. Oftentimes, it is said that it is the card of crying over spilt milk. Now, you don't necessarily strike me as the type of person that would cry over spilt milk. But given what you have just gone through, there has to be moments, and I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to embarrass you. So I'm not looking for you to acknowledge this. I'm just saying, on a personal note, it's got to be very tough what you just went through when you're on your own and, you know, half of your living room blows away. Obviously, that's extremely upsetting and very challenging. And I dare say would get anyone in that, you know, why me kind of mood. The challenge with that is to flip that around and do something because of it, right? So here's what we're doing about it. We've got the Seven of Earth, right? This is taking an intentional pause while you wait for things to start to turn around for you, right? This is you understanding that you have that patience within you to see it through, because no matter what, things always work out. Like that kind of an idea, if that makes sense. The last card that I have here is the Three of Air. So again, we've got forgiveness, but this is about healing. This is an opportunity to process this. I feel that you getting to work, helping your neighbors, helping yourself is how you release things, how you create like a new story for yourself, create a new narrative, how you make it right, how you make it better, if that makes sense. We've got the Three of Fire on the bottom of the deck. So this is the overlying energy, right? This is goals, expansion, and visions. So this is you literally out there going, I am not going to let this take over. I am going to change the story here. Like, full stop. This is where this chapter ends. I'm going to create a new chapter. I'm kind of picking that up. Not sure if I'm right or not. Pull a couple more cards for you. Jan's free. I'll go back and read what you wrote there. I see a question, so I'm happy to answer that for you, of course. There you go, Geek. Look at that. What a beautiful image. You know what? When I look at this, okay, don't everyone laugh at me. When I look at this, I sort of see Dr. Seuss. The Cat in the Hat? I don't know why. It literally looks like he's skateboarding to me, or like he's surfing on a wave, because his arms are out and you can see the top of his hat. Can you all see that? Or am I cray-cray? Can you see the top of his hat there? See it? Whoops. See it? Right there. Then his face. There's his arms, right? And there's him riding that wave. Anyways, we have lightheartedness. It is time for you to let your inner child out to play. So remember during this challenging time to have a little fun, to listen to some music, to laugh. You said about George Carlin earlier in the chat, put on some George Carlin and just laugh your ass off. It is a great way to just get rid of the stress of a day. It's a great way to relax. It's a great way to chill out, and it lifts your vibration while you're doing it. So while you're putting in all of this hard work, getting yourself, back to where you think you should be, right? Repairing the damage, so to speak. Don't forget to have a little fun while you're doing it. That's what I got. I hope that makes sense. Well, thank you everyone for saying that you see it, so I don't think I'm cray-cray. I love it. Oh, thank you, Libra Lady. That's very kind. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah. And you know what, Geek, that may be part of it too, is that maybe you feel bad because, like not bad, but like that's the why me, right? I mean, I know that you're a very charitable individual, right? We've heard you share with us many different aspects of your kindness. And I wonder to myself if you're feeling bad that, like, what more can I do? How come I was spared and my neighbor who's worse off than me? Just be their friend. But don't give all your energy away is what that was about, right? You have to process what happened to you. You can sit there in a realistic moment and say to yourself, I am so lucky, I'm so grateful. And that is the truth. And that's wonderful that you can do that. But at the same time, you have to acknowledge what just happened, right? You have to acknowledge it, and then you have to process it, and then you need to release it. Thank you, Geek. I send you many blessings, my friend. I can't imagine. So Jan's Free is saying that they miss all of us, and we appreciate that. That's very kind. So let's go back up here and see what else. So good morning. Anna Banana says, thanks for mentioning Purettes. Video. Have not got notifications recently. Just realized YouTube unsaid me. You want to know what, Anna? So last night, Jay was on with me and Ron, and we were talking about getting Jay Herc213 to 500 subs because he was sitting at whatever it was, 496 or 495 or something like that. I got my phone out and I realized that on two of my accounts from YouTube, which were my original accounts from 10 years ago, that I was unsubscribed from Jay. 2. So it happens. And of course, if you're not on that channel or when you're subscribed to so many people, you don't even realize that one's missing. If that makes sense. All right, so Angela said we have Venetian festivities, campfires, bonfires. Summer is over last weekend on August. We are going to fall. Interesting. So with us, Angela, for us, next weekend is the big transition weekend, right? It's what we call here in Canada Labor Day weekend. I don't know if it's called that anywhere else. And that's the long weekend, and then all the kids go back to school on the Tuesday. It's still very warm here, usually around like 75 or so. And then in October we have Thanksgiving, and that's when the leaves are starting to change, and we celebrate Thanksgiving a month earlier, I think, almost than the States does. Okay, so Jan's Free says, I was on a gateway for a few days on the California coast. Now I'm back home, but feeling a little sad. Could it be the full moon? Weird. Okay, so we will answer that. Let me go down. Jake says, hey, I just got back, going to watch my reading in the replay. Thank you, Kelly. You're very welcome, Jake. And I mean, let me know if it resonates, love, and thank you for asking the question. Hi, Jess-Ann. Nice to see you again. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Oh, really, Angela? Interesting. All right, so let's get Jan's Free up here on the screen. Let's find out what's going on with Jan's Free. Take a sip of my drink. Labor Day weekend in the U.S. is next weekend after the first month. Yeah. Traditionally, in our house, it was watching the Jerry Lewis telethon and just had a wonderful long weekend, right? We would all sleep in the living room as we watched the Jerry Lewis telethon. That was our tradition growing up. All right. Jan's Free. What is going on with Jan's Free? Let's start with this card. I know it knocked me on my rear end. I mean, first of all, I had Lionsgate. That knocked me on my butt. My birthday was the 11th, so literally 3 days later, and that was a full moon. That knocked me on my butt big time, because it was a super moon. And now we're in another one, and I'm like, okay. Enough. Hi, Teresa. Thank you for being here, and thank you for reminding everyone to make sure that they hit the thumbs up. It's all important to the channels. All right, let's pull some cards here for Jan's Free. Let's see what's going on for Jan's Free. interesting card. Beautiful. All right. Holy. You see that? It's fine, Jake. No worries, my friend. No worry. Just let me know if it resonates, my friend. Hi, Hypnocity. Welcome, my friend. Happy Saturday. All right, Jane's free. I think we're getting somewhere, love. This is lovely. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Dropped a card. Ooh. All right, Jan's free. So, to answer your question, and only you know this, I don't know if it was the energy of the full moon or if it was some kind of awakening experience that you were having, but something was most definitely happening. Something beautiful was happening for you. I want you guys to pay attention to the cards that I'm going to put up on the screen. And if you don't mind, Jan's free, I'm going to take your comment away so that you can see the cards fully, okay? Because this is crazy. When this stuff happens, literally gives me chills. So the first card that I got was the Guiding Light. Okay? So the message says, in your darkest hour, you will find the light that will shine through you and lead the way. Now, what does the moonlight do? The moonlight illuminates the path. That's what the moonlight does. Okay? Second card that I got from Spirit, the Healing Light. The third card that I got is Goddess of Dreams, Vision, Intuition, and Receptivity. The fourth card that I got, Archangel Haniel, Joy, Blessings, and Intuition. Now, look at those three cards. So I can do it in a way that you can see them. Look at all of the lights. Look at the women. Sorry, I'm not holding them correctly. Right? I mean, that's beautiful. This is talking about your intuition. This is about your connection. Right? It's about your light. And the last card that we have is Breathe. Breath is sacred. To replenish yourself, slowly inhale wellness and clarity to a count of 6. Then exhale stress to a count of 6. And I love this card. Now, when you look at all of the cards, what do they have in common? They have this beautiful light, right? This beautiful, shining, bright light. There we have the sky and the sun with the birds, right? We have the light. We have the light and the sun and the birds. We have the light. We have the sun. We have a bird up here in the top. We have the light. And there you have the light of the moon behind her. So, whether it was the moonlight or not, making you feel some sort of way, I think the message is that your connection is there, like the veil is thinning, you're right there. So I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to do that exercise that they talked about, the breathe, right? Whether it's the moonlight or the sun, either one. Put your hands up to the universe and say, like, okay, universe, help me. Send me your power, right? Bring in joy, receive the joy, let it flow through you, and release whatever stresses you may be carrying, because you're lifting your vibration. When you lift your vibration, your connection becomes stronger. Before you go to sleep, as you're laying there, say a little prayer and say, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and passed over loved ones, please keep me safe and protected. I give you permission to send me messages during my sleep, in my dreams. Please make sure that they're clear so that I can understand them, and don't scare the bejeebers out of me. Make sure that you say thank you and amen kind of thing. And hopefully you're going to get some messages. I feel like your connection is like super, super strong right now. Let me know if that makes sense, because that's what I got for you. I feel like your connection is super strong right now. I would be interested to see or to know if you have seen any kind of synchronicities or smelt any weird smells or heard any songs that reminded you of someone. Hi, Janet P. How'd you guys all sneak in? I didn't even see you. I'm so bad. What a bad host. I apologize. There you go. So either your connection was getting stronger because the veil was thin, right? Or someone is trying to send you a message. And if you're getting visions in your dreams, grandmom, dad that are on the other side. Interesting. Hi, Dave. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, right, and your auntie who's in the ICU. Well, we send your auntie in ICU lots of prayers and blessings. Let me pull another card for that. Let me just see what else I can get for you. Something that might help you. I think doing that breathing exercise is going to help. It's possible, that you're just carrying so much tension and stress that's why that breathe card came out. That if you release the stress, that of course is going to lift your vibration and make things feel less difficult, right? Geek says, I've been having some weird dreams lately. Nothing that could even be thought of as being real. Could be all the stress I've been subjected to in the past month. Yep. Jan's free. This is from the heart chakra. This is about, look at this card. It's just beautiful. So forgiveness, right? So at the top, we've got letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. Again, a woman, the sky, we've got a rainbow in this. You can see the sun in the corner. Beautiful cards for you today. And that's super interesting that they all had the same kind of, scenes or images in the background of the card. So happy Saturday and Sunday tomorrow, of course, for everybody. By the way, I should say there is no Sunday Connection show tomorrow. I'm taking the day off. And as I said in the beginning, tonight I'm on at 9 p.m. with Ron Unconditional Love, and Tracy Ralph joins us. Monday, Circle of Friends at 6 p.m. Ron's going to be our guest. Wednesday for Achieving Wellness at 9 p.m. Eastern here on dzncats. We are doing what I'm calling solutions. So there'll be visualization, meditation, tapping exercises, going through lots of things, so we can fill up our spiritual toolbox as we, navigate our life, and hopefully some of those helpful hints and tips will come in handy if we need them. And then Thursday, I have Cartomancy Mesquite, Nirvana Intuitive joining me for a Who's in the News session. And then next Friday at the Firepit, I have Tarot Stash and Allie joining me, which is bound to be a good time. And then I am taking a week off. I will be gone from the 3rd of September, back on the 12th of September. So just make sure that you hit the notification bell, and you guys will know whenever a new video pops up. You're very welcome, Jan's Free. I hope that helped a little bit. I hope it makes sense. Oh, you're sweet, Dave. So if anyone has a question, pop it up in the chat. I'm here for a good time. Not a long time. Sorry, it wasn't that funny. In my head, it sounded really humorous. Right, Teresa? I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just literally hanging out. Hey, Gerald, what's happening, my friend? No, Jan's Free. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's not easy. Absolutely, Hypnocity. Gerald, what are you doing? Tell us everything. Absolutely, my friend. Hey, listen, we'll take whatever info you want to share with us. I'm sure that I speak for everyone when I say that. I was going to say, what are you doing? That's all. Just inquiring minds want to know. Yes, I'm glad that you're here too, Jan's Free. Sometimes, when I was going through really, really difficult periods of time, I felt, the most support ever when I would pop into a chat, just from the people in the chat. Hi, JR. Good to see you, my friend. Happy Saturday to you. Well, we got a flyer. Hypnocity, we have a flyer, my friend. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. Happy Saturday, my friend. I seen that, Geek. That's hysterical. We used to use, when I was a little kid, my father, the fire pit that he made us, was an old, like an old barrel that he cut down. And then, as I told everyone last night, we would have like an old oven grate that sat on top of it, so that we could make food. Because, you know, you can't have like no snacks at the fire pit, right? Thanks everyone for being here. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And by the way, if anyone ever wants to book a private reading with me, I do it by donation. So whatever you can afford. The information basically is just email me with reading request in the subject line. And that information is in the description box below. And you know what I feel like doing, since we're all here and I have 19 of you listening? I feel like saying this. I'm currently at 300 and, I don't know, 18 or 319 subscribers, which, you know, I have days when I don't believe that that's actually true. I am so appreciative and so grateful for all of your support that I feel like running a contest next week. So how about I say that when I get to 400 subscribers, I will give away, not 400 free readings, that would be impossible. I will give away 4 free 30-minute readings when I get to 400 subscribers. So share with a friend. Let them know about me. I would appreciate it. You heard it here. It's a dzncats exclusive. Kidding. All right. Here we go, my friend. Hypnicity. We start out with the King of Fire. Okay. This is tapping into that wonderful energy that is yours, right? That inspirational and charismatic, innovative sort of energy. That energy is coming from the past. Now, I've done a reading on Hypnicity, so I don't want anyone to think that I'm like pulling this out of my hat, but I've done a private reading for her. So I know sort of what's going on. And I feel like, if this makes sense, because I don't want to put your business out there, I feel like this is this is how you used to be. This is where you want to get back to, if that makes sense. Right? We have the transformation card, or in a traditional tarot, this is the Tower card. In this deck, read the bottom of the card. It says realization, life change, and liberation. Now, in the traditional tarot, the Tower card talks to us about a crack in our foundation, like the rug being pulled out from underneath our feet. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that happens kind of quick and does throw us off a little bit. It usually is a situation that is going to sort of correct course or right itself, if that makes sense, but you're going to have to do some work. So in this particular case, I think what this is, this energy, this moment is not right now. It's like it has just happened. And I think that you might still be in it. You might still be trying to course correct, if that makes sense. Okay. We have the Nine of Water, or the Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment card. This is happiness, wishes coming true, your manifested wishes coming true, your dreams being acknowledged and answered. That's your challenge. Okay. Now, obviously, it seems weird to say that your happiness and your dreams coming true are a challenge, but some people do not know how to be happy. And I speak from my personal experience. Happiness was foreign to me because I wouldn't allow myself to feel anything other than fear. So I fought it. That's like bringing joy into your life. In the possible outcome position, we have the Six of Water. And the Six of Water talks to us about nostalgia, living in the past, thinking back. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you don't want to reside there, right? What you don't want to do is be comparative, right? You don't want to be in the present and thinking, oh, I wish things were like how they used to be, right? So you have two cards in this reading that are asking you to stay in the present, not allowing yourself to be back there, because you don't live back there. You live here right now in this moment. So just, we have the Knight of Air. This is you being intellectual, being determined, and being motivated to make the changes in your life to set you on a new course. So don't give up. Everyone here is encouraging you and supporting you and lifting you up. Don't give up. Stay on course. Right now, you're feeling fogged in, right? Go slow and take your time. Slow and steady wins the race. And you've got the cedar tree, which is wisdom. So, when you feel like, what the heck, I don't understand, why is this happening to me? I'm doing everything I can. Two things I want to mention to you. Number one, tap into that inner wisdom that you have. You know you have it. We all have it. Tap into that inner wisdom and be truthful with yourself. Are you really doing everything that you can? And the second thing I want you to do is go out, find your closest tree, put your hand on the bark of the tree, and try to get some power from that tree. Try to get the power from the tree. Try to get the wisdom from your ancestors, right? Use the bark of the tree to ground yourself. Yes, you have come a long way. I mean, listen, if this work on ourselves thing was easy, we all wouldn't be here, right? We'd all be out enjoying our lives. But when things have happened and we need to figure ourselves out, we've got to dig down deep. That's what that tree is about. Dig down deep. Put your roots into the ground. Put your roots into the ground, my friend. And like I said, we're all behind you. We're all supporting you. I hope that helps. I hope it resonates. I love that, Dave. Speak to your soul. JR, look at you. You're so sweet. Thank you. Hi, Jill. Nice to see you, my friend. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you sooner. Everybody's just so kind. Appreciate everyone being so sweet and so supportive to everyone in the chat. Honestly, makes me feel amazing when I see that. Geek Hillbilly says, I use an empty EP2 grease barrel to burn trash. I have to burn the grease out and punch a few holes in it to let air in. I usually shoot through the barrel with a 38 special while it's burning. Fireworks. Aw, JR, thank you. That's just one of the kindest things that anyone said, so thank you. You just made me tear up. Appreciate you. JR was one of my very first subscribers. Way back when. That means an awful lot, JR. Thank you so much, my friend. All right. Does anyone else have a question for me? Oh, Jill, that's so terrible. I'm sorry. Thank you, Dave. I think that you're a beautiful soul as well. Let me know if anyone else has a question. We'll throw some cards. Well, I appreciate you, Jara. That's very kind. And I appreciate the fact that you're still with me. So, oh, thank you, running away from home. I think that's so sweet. I'm glad that you're here. Dave says, is my self-healing Kelly? Hi, Mika. Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. Nice to see you again, my friend. I got you, Tarot Stash. And I got Mika. I got you starred. Okay. So, is Tarot Stash, how is the birthday gathering going to go for Tarot Stash at the birthday party? How is the birthday party gathering going to go? Thank you, Mika. You're very sweet. Appreciate you, my friend. And yes, Jan's free, is it not? That is it. Imagination and connection to one's own feelings helps with your intuitive work. As we continue to release and heal, our vibration lifts. And when our vibration lifts, we create a more joyful, peaceful heart, a happier, joyous sort of buoyancy in our life, if you will. And that's what creates our connection to spirit in a more clear way, is because our vibration has been lifted. I got you running away from home. I love that name, by the way. Wow, Gerald, cards are flying, friend. Gerald, is this birthday party for someone that you used to know, like someone from your past? Or maybe you're going to meet someone, like see someone there from your past? Maybe this is like an old childhood friend or people. It's going to make you think something from the past, or it's about someone from your past, or you're going to meet someone there that you haven't seen in a long while. We've got the Page of Fire, which is interesting. This is, that's creation and enthusiasm and okay, there you go. Thank you, Charles Dash. Appreciate you, my friend. So, I mean, we know what you like on YouTube, but I don't know what you like in your real life in terms of, like, are you going to get all tarot sachet when you go to the party? But if you are, I think that you're going to have a fabulous time. I think that something is going to occur at the party that is going to allow you to put away some things that need to be put away. I don't know if y'all had an issue or if there was like a problem, but I've got the Death and Rebirth card. And so this could either be putting away something that had happened in the past, clearing the air type of thing, or this is a restart, a reconnection of your friendship as you move forward, because you said you haven't gotten together in a long time, which is lovely. So I encourage you to get creative with your outfit, or maybe you're taking some food to the party, or maybe go and share some wonderful stories or something like that. Be your best tarot sachet self is what I want to say to you. And then I've got the Knight of Air, right? I think that you're determined to have this outing be the best outing that it can be. I'm feeling something else though, and I can't really. Thanks, Anna. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'll check your message after. I'm feeling something else. Hold on, Gerald. Hold on. I don't know. It's like don't overthink this. Let it happen naturally. Does that make sense? Like, don't overthink this situation. Let it just sort of fall back into, you know how you can meet those people in your life and you're instantly friends, and if you don't speak to each other for 6 years or 6 months, you just fall right back into step, like there's no time missed. I feel like it's that kind of a friendship. So don't try too hard. Just show up and be you, because you are fantastic, and that is more than enough. And it's going to just be fine. I think you really miss this person. We've got desert thirst. I think you really miss this person, what this person brings to your life, which explains. Okay, so now I'm getting a better handle on this. You are feeling you're feeling a little bit anxious about this, a bit nervous, a bit like excited, but a bit like, ooh, apprehensive maybe, like, I hope this is going to be okay. I hope everything's all right. Just be yourself. Just relax and be yourself. Because as I said, yourself is more than enough. And I think you're going to have a fabulous time. And of course, whatever you can share, we want to know about when the party's over. You can share next Friday when you come to Friday at the Firepit. Yeah. Retreat to the natural world. Now listen to this. This is lovely. Go where you feel most alive. A peaceful forest, the mountains, your local park. Let the ocean roar through you. Be revived by nature's wonder. So if you're feeling a little bit anxious, pop your YouTube screen on and look at some gardens. Look at some lovely flowers, right? Run outside, put your hand on a tree. You may not be able to do that because you're going somewhere. But just try to have the best time that you can. So, hope that makes sense. Hope it resonates. I thank you for asking the question. And I hope you have a fabulous time. All right. Let's see. I got you running away from home. Okay. So, Mika says, my brother-in-law chose his last day on earth this year. Does he have a message to my sister and their kids? Mika, can you give me your brother-in-law's first name? Not his last name, just his first name. Oh, thank you, Geek. Appreciate it. Or not Geek, sorry. I'm reading Running Away's comment. Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate you, my friend. And no, Running Away, I got all your stuff. Tom. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Mika. All right, Tom. What is Tom's message for his wife and children? What is Tom's message? Tom, Mika's brother-in-law. What is Tom's message to his wife and their kids? What is Tom's message to? Whoops. What is Tom's message? Okay, all right. I don't know, man. These 3 cards want to keep popping out. I don't know what's up with that, but we'll keep those aside. I'm like shuffling. I haven't even asked anything yet, and 3 cards like what? Up in the air. Sorry for the sound effect. You didn't really need to know that. All right, Tom. Tom, Mika's brother-in-law, speak to us. What do you want your wife and your children to know? What do you want your wife and your children to know, Tom? your wife and your children to know. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay. There you go. Enjoy yourself, my friends. Okay, I got lots of cards for you, Mika. And they all just came popping out. Okay. So we start out with, I'm going to take your thing off the screen only so that you can see the cards fully, okay? Sorry, I need to take a drink. Apologize. Okay. We have the Six of Water, or the Six of Cups. So this is in the position of energies from the past. So this is them, your sister and her kids, the family, thinking about the good times, thinking about when he was here, wishing he was here. It's, that childhood memories, nostalgia, right? Living in the past. Then we have, in this deck, it's called the Dreamer card, but in the traditional tarot, this is the Fool card. This is new beginnings. This is new adventures, being on a new journey. It's being protected, but feeling a little bit naive in terms of the innocence of the journey, right? Because it's your first time traveling that road. Which, all that makes sense in terms of, if your sister's lost her husband and the children, their father, obviously they're on a new journey. All of that makes sense. But this is telling the story. We have the Eight of Air. And so this is about self-doubt. It's about confusion while you're trying to navigate what you need to navigate, right? So that's your free will. That's your life. I feel like this is him sort of giving us a trajectory of all of their experiences from when it happened to the future, which is, it's just awesome. So thank you, Tom, for that. So that's the kids and your sister, they're confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to make things right. They don't know how to shift themselves and get themselves on this new sort of life that they have to encounter, but they're doing it. We have the Page of Fire. This is about being enthusiastic. It's about being motivated. It's about being creative. It's about really sort of harnessing that fire in your belly kind of energy and going after what you want, right? We've got the Four of Fire here. So the Four of Fire is about, can be a marriage proposal, can be a celebration. It's usually a big celebration, like some sort of a milestone, like an anniversary or a birthday or a wedding, the birth of a new baby. It's about prosperity. It's about celebration, and it's about community. So I don't know if somebody is about to get married and that's why Tom is on everyone's mind. I don't know if your sister-in-law is contemplating whether or not that will ever happen for her, or if she is contemplating how like what's going to happen when the kids get married. Like, I don't know how old the kids are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if she's thinking he's going to miss that. I believe what he's telling me with this card is that he wants them to know he's going to be at every milestone and celebration. He's not I mean, he's not physically there, but he's not going to miss it. To make me cry. Thanks, Connie B. Appreciate you, my friend. You're very welcome. Many blessings. Then we have the Magician. Okay. The Magician is about manifestation. It's about empowerment and being prepared. The Magician has all the tools in the tarot, right? He has the sword, he has the wands, he has the pentacles, and he has the cups. He has all of those tools at his disposal, right? So he is prepared for whatever. The last card, which is, so that's the challenge. The challenge card is the Magician, which is being prepared. Using the knowledge that we have within ourselves to move forward, to propel us forward. This is the outcome card, which is the Sun. It's otherwise known as the Yes card in the tarot. This is about enthusiasm. It's about success. It's about joy. It's about happiness. On the bottom of the deck, I've got the Ego card. So the bottom of the deck is the overlying energy, and this card in the traditional tarot is the Devil card. The Devil card talks to us about dependency, toxic relationships. Is your sister or one of the children having difficulty releasing their emotions about their father's loss? So I think either this is an acknowledgement that that's happening, or like not a warning, it's not a warning, but it's guidance in terms of all of these great things are happening for you if you can just see that for what it is and not allow yourself to get clogged up in the event. Right? All of them. I always tell my family to be near water when stressed, even if it's from the bottled water that has come from the ocean area. Yeah, a lot of water and air coming out, Dave. Absolutely. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. So the reading is fantastic, and this is the message, right? That if they embrace the moment, that everything is going to move wonderfully. They have all the tools. It's trying to pull themselves out of the grief. So that's a lovely message from Tom in sort of like this is a trajectory of what's happening, right? So let's pull some more and let's actually see if we can give you something from Tom to them as to how they can help themselves pull themselves up and out from this. Love you. All right, Tom, talk to me. What do you want your wife? Okay, thank you. Wow. Okay, so the first card I got is a message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. So ask your sister, is she smelling his cologne? Is she smelling, cigarette smoke if he smoked? Is she seeing synchronicities? Is she hearing songs? Things happening in the house. He's trying to let them know that he is with them. I want you to share that with them so that they use that to feel less pain in terms of understanding that he is always with them, right? The second card that fell out is you are caught up in drama. Act to free yourself, change, and blossom again. This is his message. That's what this is about, right? You're caught up in the emotions. He wants them to free themselves, change, and blossom again. He wants them to dig down deep and find their motivation and their enthusiasm for life. And this is so hard. It's going to make me cry. It's so hard for people to understand, myself included. My mother died and I thought my life was over. There was no way that that is what my mother wished for me. There was no way that my mother wished me to curl up in a ball and hide away from the world. But that's what I did. And it stole 10 years of my life. So, love your sister, love your nieces and nephews, encourage them to get support from a medical professional if they need it, and try to be there for them as much as possible, instilling in them that their father and their husband is there, he's watching over them. Try to lift their vibrations by thinking about good memories and giving them some tips, the toolbox that we all talk about to help them release. Encourage them to write letters expressing their emotions and then maybe burn them in the fireplace. To do some mirror work where they have a conversation with the reflection of themselves to be able to release their emotions. Talk to them about cleansing in the bathtub or the shower, allowing themselves, cry, let it out. Every time you release, you lift your vibration. And I guarantee you that once they start to feel that joy come back, they won't ever stop. They just need a little hint, a little helping hand to feel that peace come back. And I think that this is for all of you. Hold your vision. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. I'm so sorry for your loss, Mika. And I send you many blessings to you and to your sister and to your nieces and nephews. I hope that you're all okay. Whew, that was a lot. You're very welcome, Mika. All right. Let's go to running away from home. Give me a minute to running away, I'm going to do your reading. So if you have a chance, come back. We're going to close up shortly, but come back at the end when you have time, and your reading will be there for you. Okay, love? So you can check it out when you have time. Okay? I thank you very much for hanging out and for being here. And thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I do appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, it's not easy. And it can trip us up. There are some people that just fall right back step into their lives. And then there's other people that are completely debilitated by the loss or the grief or the loneliness or whatever, or a combination of all of those things. The thing to do right now is to assist and lift them up to the best of your ability, Mika. That's for you and for the rest of your family and their friends, to support them. And it's very difficult to support someone who is grief-stricken. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter, how many times you say the same thing over and over and over again. They will not hear you until they are ready to hear you. And the way to get them ready is to encourage them, to love them, to listen to them, and to really try to gently guide them in a direction that lifts their vibration. So getting them out in sunlight, getting them out into nature, spending time not giving in to negativity and self-sabotaging ways, right? Yeah, absolutely, Jill. That's well put. All right, so we're going to pull some cards for running away from home. Am I progressing with my life lessons? And then they can check that out. And I thank everyone for being here and for joining me on this Saturday. This is always a lot of fun. I don't pop on very often during the daytime hours, but I appreciate all of you being here. This has been a great morning. Oh, that's beautiful, Dave. Yeah, Mika, find out from your sister. Dave just reminded me of that, like I said, if she's seeing like dimes or hearing a song or he is most definitely all around him. All around them, not him, them. All right, running away from home. So I see why you're asking the questions, or the question. Oh, beautiful cards. All right, so we start out with the Two of Fire. This is about planning and progress, right? This could be about travel, but I think that this is really about, because you said, "Am I progressing with my life lessons?" So you are on a road, you're on a path, and you're trying to navigate that to the best of your ability. You have a goal, and you're trying to get there, right? So that is just an acknowledgement of what you're doing. This is the Temperance card, otherwise known as the Balance card in this deck. This is about self-control. It's about moderation, and it's about compromise, right? You cannot do anything unless you have proper balance. Everything is thrown off when you're thrown off. If you look at this card really, really closely, you'll notice that she has 1 foot on the ground and on land and 1 foot in the water, right? To Dave's point earlier about the water and the air, this is about water and earth. That's the balance, right? If you maintain balance by balancing your emotions, play hard, work hard kind of attitude. If you can do that, right, release what needs to be released and increase your joy factor by lifting your vibration, you maintain that healthy balance. Easier said than done, because we all have challenges in that department. You have the Nine of Fire. This is your challenge. Okay, the Nine of Fire is about, it's an interesting card because it's about setting up boundaries, to protect yourself, because you're feeling a little bit battle weary. You also are almost at a 10, right? You're almost at the last stage, but you're not quite there yet. Think of the little engine that could. Like, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. You are exhausted because you are throwing yourself at this life lesson, this improvement course that you're on. You're throwing everything at it. You're battle weary from it. But you are resilient because you are determined. So this is a moment where you're going to stop. You're going to inject a little happy. You're going to crank the stereo. You're going to dance. You're going to sing to the top of your lungs. And then you're going to pick yourself up and you're going to take that last step to the 10. Remember that you are resilient and you are determined. And when you get there, this is your outcome, the 9 of Earth. Do you see the rainbow at the top? This is contentment. This is independence. This is feeling that you have arrived at a particular level in your life where you can just sit back and take it easy. So in other words, you have got there. You have arrived at the goal. This is beautiful. I have total tingles in my head. We have the Queen of Earth on the bottom of the deck. So this is the overlying energy. The Queen of Earth is someone who is well thought of in their community. They're a natural born healer. They are a good communicator. They're the hardworking parent. They are the person with all their hands in all the cookie jars. And they're needed to be in that position, right? This is about someone who is capable and practical and gracious. So stay strong, stay resilient, keep going. Remember the little internet could. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And you are going to arrive. You're going to arrive at the 9 of Earth. I hope that helps, my friend. Anglo says, Kelly, you were speaking to me. I have been in the desert too many years. Yeah, it's you know, all of us being in that position at one point or another. It's awful. I mean, I'd like to think that I'm healed. I'm nowhere healed by any stretch of the imagination. I am so far from where I was. But I have my days and I have my issues that I still struggle with. For example, I don't leave my house, but I'm getting there. I'm working on that. And I don't leave my house not because of the pandemic. I don't leave my house. And so in 2022, it is August 27th, and I have not been out in public one time in 2022. I might have left my house twice just to drive around and maybe go to the park or something. Other than sitting out in my backyard, nobody knows that I'm even here. Now, why do I do that? Because I have anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. I used to have 6 to 8 panic attacks a day, and it hijacked my brain. Somewhere along the process, I gave into the fears, and I subscribed and signed up fully for a lifetime membership for all of that, if you catch what I'm saying. And it messed me right up. And so because I was so fearful of everywhere and everything that I did that caused me to panic, I sort of wrapped myself in this little bubble to protect myself, thinking that that's what I was doing, keeping myself safe. And actually what I did was hurt myself even more. Because as I say often, avoidance breeds anxiety. So, me holding myself in the fetal position, under the covers, pretending like I wasn't part of reality at the time seemed like a great idea. In hindsight, not so much. And then all of a sudden, one day, I arrived at this community and started to hear things for the first time, and I don't know why. I don't question it. I'm just grateful. I got tips and tricks about how to forgive and how to release and how to really tap into myself, right? I use that with the therapy that I've received throughout the years, and I found a sequence of exercises and lots of information, and I made it work for myself. I haven't had a panic attack since 2014, double touch wood. There are many days when I feel like I could, but I haven't. I'm no longer dragging my rear end around. I'm no longer feeling like, if I could only just have one good day in a month. Now it's, 28 good days in a month and maybe 1 or 1.5 not so good days. I can handle it. I don't freak out anymore if my anxiety gets the better of me. And last summer, I sat out on the front porch because I love that time of night. And I was just looking out at the stars, and my neighbor has this lovely, like, big, large willow tree. Yeah, it was just, sort of like dancing in the breeze. It was lovely. And all of a sudden, I just started to cry. And I'm not a big crier, although I am now. I'm like a flipping, like a sponge. I just cry all the time. I don't know what happened. I wasn't like that before. But anyway, the tears just started to roll down my face, and I was like, what is this all about? And it just like, honestly, it didn't feel heavy, and it didn't feel hard, but it was like a huge impact, if that makes sense. All of a sudden, I just went, oh my God, I did this to myself. Because I was ready to acknowledge it. And from that moment to this moment, life-changing. Every day is set with a new intention of just being in today and moving forward. I can now talk about my mom and think about my mom without bursting into tears. And I've had so many wonderful moments over the past year, and then since starting my channel. And the reason why I started my channel was, because I want to share my experiences with other people, because I know I'm not the only person that goes through this, even though I didn't know that until I came to this community. And I want people to know that it's okay. I want to take the stigma and the blame and the shame out of having a mental health disorder. I want to support you and lift you up. I want to make you feel like it's okay for you to stand in the chat and put your hand up and say, like, yep, I get, yeah, I hear that, I feel it. Because not only is it so incredibly challenging to live with it, it is also incredibly challenging if you're trying to support someone who has a mental health disorder. That in itself is a whole other thing. So all right, so let's see here. What are we saying here, Mika? Or not Mika, sorry. Mika, you're very welcome, and I hope, again, many blessings to your sister and your family. Angela says, Kelly, you were speaking to me. I've been in the desert too many years. I have to go back to the beginning here. Then also same for me, depression. Dave says, same, Kelly. I'm quite happy if I'm able to go shopping into the city. Yeah. And I don't know why my door is so tight. I can't open it. Angela, do you want me to throw some cards and see if I could get some insight for you? I'm happy to do that. And sorry for smoking so much, but it's 2 hours and 18 minutes. That's a lot. I mean, I don't know anything about you, Angela. And so throwing a couple of cards would just allow me to sort of have an idea as to where you might be. All right, let's start. Excellent. Thanks, Angela. I love, like, your kitty cat avatar is just the cutest, by the way. It's like a smoke cream Persian cat, if I'm not mistaken. Hi, Mary. All right. Angela. Spirit, what is the message for Angela? Talk to me about Angela. What does Angela need to know? Talk to me about Angela. What does Angela need to know? When the cards are talking, the cards are talking. Okay. All your cards are like just flying out, Angela, by the way. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you too, Marie. All right. Yes, and to your point, Lisa, I absolutely did need to come to this community. This community changed my life for the better. And I am grateful every day that I'm here. All right. Angela, I hope that this helps. I feel very encouraged by what we've got here. Okay. So, the first card that we have is this beautiful, I mean, look at this image. It's just glorious. It is master number 11. That is not a coincidence. Okay. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. Okay. We have energize yourself with earthing. Walk barefoot or stretch out on the grass. Put your hands in the soil or hold a stone. Let the earth restore your strength and ground you. Just going outside literally lifts your vibration. Spending 90 minutes a day in nature will decrease your stress by something like 30%. It's insane, right? So if you're not able to go outside, get yourself some smoky quartz, some hematite, all of those things, those crystals can help you to ground. Look out the window, right? Close your eyes and look up at the sun and soak in that power, right? Buy yourself a little herb garden for the kitchen and allow yourself to stick your hands in the earth and feel the leaves. Like, all of those things are really important to that whole earthing sort of process, right? Okay. This is from your base chakra. Your base chakra is located at the base of your spine, right? This is about taking action, movement, discipline, motivation, and perseverance. So what I want to say to you is this. I want you to set a goal for yourself. I don't care what it is, but I want you to sort of understand this concept that I'm going to say to you, right? I used to have this thing called push the stool out. So when I would have my 6 to 8 panic attacks a day and I wouldn't get up because I literally couldn't, I was afraid to go in the shower by myself, right? So I would just sit there for 4 and 5 days at a time. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't eat. I just like sit there and stare at the wall. I mean, it was awful. And one day I got really mad and upset and kind of freaked out. And I just said, like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. So I had a stool in front of me. So I literally pushed the stool out and said, do something. I don't care. One thing. Just do one thing. Whatever that one thing may be. And then when you do it, I want you to celebrate it like you just won the Nobel Peace Prize. Celebrate, 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 celebrate. Because what you're doing is literally going back to, like, day 2, right? You're going back to the beginning and you're starting over. And throughout the process of you push yourself this far, you celebrate the accomplishment, then go sit down. Maybe you're inspired to do something different, right? Or another thing. But if you say to yourself, I want 55 things done today, you're setting yourself up to fail before you've even started. So don't do that. Baby steps. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, right? But movement is important. Physical movement is what we're talking about. You getting up from your chair and walking to the living room or to the kitchen or to your bedroom or to your bathroom or outside is literally lifting your vibration, because you're building yourself up with excitement that you're going to do something. Something new is about to happen, something different, a change of scenery, a change of pace. So movement, taking action. This is physical action, right? This is called this deck here, this one. It's the Chakra Insight deck. I'll show you the box in a minute, right? Okay, so after that, we have the sacral chakra. Okay, the sacral chakra is located, it's your sensual, your sexual zones, right? That's about your desires and your passion, igniting the passion. What do you want to do? What makes you feel good? What stokes your fire? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? Right? It's interesting because almost all of the chakras are talking here. Then we have our solar plexus chakra. So your solar plexus chakra are in your tummy sort of area, right? This is about choice. Now, this is the card, and this whole concept I take issue with, and so I'm going to try to say this in a way that makes sense. Okay, this is about your choice. This is about willpower and courage and change and free will. This is what I want to say, okay? You are going to go lots of places in your life, and you're going to hear lots of other readers and family members and therapists, whatever, tell you that you have to change and you have to be happy, and it's your choice if you want to be happy or negative. They haven't lived in the situation that I believe that you're in, or that you're coming from. Because as soon as you hear that, you're like, BS. Who would want to be like this? I did not choose this. This chose me. Right? So you stop listening. And all those negative thoughts start all over again. And you're on some sort of hamster wheel trajectory. And like, you're done. You're closed up. Your vault door, as you said, just went slam. Office is closed. Inglis left the building. In order for you to want to change and actually accept that change can happen, you have to be ready for it. And only you will and can determine when you're ready. It is not a light bulb moment. There's no big epiphany that happens. It's not like there's a lightning bolt that comes down and goes, yep, this is happening now. It is hard work to get to that point. You have to stop the negative thoughts. You have to stop the hamster wheel. You have to decide that today, right now, is the most important, the only thing that matters. Back there, don't care. I'm not back there. And if you want to go over here to tomorrow, you need to leave that behind you. Because you're not going to get to tomorrow if you keep dragging this thing here. These burdens and weights that you are carrying and these stresses that you're carrying on your back. I don't know what the cause is. I don't need to know the cause. But whatever the cause is, if it's because someone divorced you, if it's because someone passed over, if it's because of childhood issues, do you not think that you have given enough of yourself and your energy and your life to feeling like crap? Use that to empower you to make today be the day that you are ready to see things in a perspective that makes you want to move forward. Choice, free will, courage, willpower, and change. Now we come to the heart chakra, and we have connection, universal oneness, love, interconnection, and support. Harder than all of the other things that I have said already. Knowing that people get you and that they understand you, that they're not looking at you funny, that they're not pointing at you, they're not picking you out in a crowd and telling you that you are some sort of way, that you're different, that you don't matter. All of those things are really, 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 really challenging. This I can promise. When I'm on, you show up in my chat, and anyone that's in my chat will try to lift you up. They will support you, and you will feel the camaraderie. You will feel the support, and you will feel the friendship. That much I can almost guarantee that will happen every time you show up into one of my chats. Now, that may not be a lot, but that's the best I can do from where I am. You need to make sure that you have a strong support system. Maybe it's a television program that you watch and you just let it play in the background just for noise. Maybe it's a pet. Maybe you plant a flower in the garden and you talk to it. Maybe it's a bird that comes to visit the bird feeder that you hung in the window, right? Maybe it's your best friend. Maybe it's your neighbor. Maybe it's your parents or whatever. You need to connect with people on a level that they understand you and that treat you with respect and kindness. So, in other words, set up safe boundaries for yourself. Don't just talk to anybody because it's someone to talk to. Make sure that the people that you're connected with actually understand you and that they're supporting you in a way that is beneficial to your higher self and for your highest good. Right? I disagree with you, and I don't like to do that. I don't think that you need more willpower. You have the willpower. You've already done so much work, and I know that because if you're in any place like I was for 10 years, I know how hard you're working. Just getting up is a feat in itself. Don't sell yourself short. Do not sell yourself short. You are scared to death of failure, of sliding backwards, of it not working. The fear is real. Willpower and motivation are not your issue. And the last card that I got for you, this is a long reading, but I hope that it helps you. I hope it helps. The last card I got is from Archangel Phanuel, which is hope, optimism, and new beginnings. Hope, optimism, and new beginnings. That is what is in store for you if you can get yourself into the garden and do some earthing, and you can find a helpful support system, that you take charge of the situation and say no more. Angela, I'm not sure what you're doing. I strongly, strongly, strongly urge you to join in on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, if you can, live. If you can't, watch the replay back. I believe that there's a lot of things that we're going to talk about on Wednesday that will help, like different techniques that you can use to help encourage releasing and purging and getting rid of any burdens or pains or traumas, and also lots of positive motivational kinds of things, right? So I strongly encourage you to either watch the replay or join in. I know that you can do this. I have complete faith in you, and I wish you many blessings. And I want to also acknowledge that I'm proud of you for asking the question, because I know that that's not easy. And I'm very proud of you. That, my friend, is exactly what that card talks about. Seizing the day to make progress on your soul path. Being here today and asking that question is a step in the right direction. And so when we are done here, I want you to walk away from this with a big old smile on your face. I want you to go to the closest mirror. I want you to wink at yourself. I want you to tell yourself that that was awesome. I feel so good. I want you to celebrate it. I want you to crank the stereo. I want you to sing to the top of your lungs. Do something to celebrate the moment that you came into this chat, any chat, and ask that question. Don't forget to celebrate. All achievements are important. Celebrate. Jill says, people who are not yet spiritually awakened will not understand you. I have for umpteen years and only found out their journey when I faced my loss. No family member knows my journey. Yeah. Here, I mean, Jill, I agree with what you're saying from the perspective that you're saying it, because I've been there. When there is the concept of hearing and listening that is foreign to a lot of people, and in today's world, we are very busy, and we oftentimes, for example, how are you? We don't really want a response. That's, more than good, because we don't have time to listen. And if you tell us, we're not actually not listening because we're scrolling on our phone and we're putting in our grocery order or whatever, right? The concept of hearing and listening, that whole exercise really needs to be tuned in and tuned up for today's lifestyle. You really have to be present when people are talking to you. And when you are in the state of mind like Anglo was, or like you're speaking about, we are so desperate for someone to hear us. We feel like we're shouting from the top of our lungs and no one can hear us. And that's because we're not talking sense to people that have time to listen to us, if that makes sense. So I know what you're talking of, and it's very debilitating. And I say, listen, if you've told your story to someone and they look at you, they judge you, they make you feel some sort of way, move on. Move on to someone who, because there are people out there that will hear you. Don't give up hope. And you're very welcome, Angela. That's very sweet, JR. So, 2 hours and 40 minutes. I did not plan on being here that long, but I thank everyone for popping in today. Everyone that's been here and everyone that's still here, thank you so much for being here. I must go. Don't forget, 9 p.m. Tonight, I will be on with Ron Unconditional Love, and Tracy Ralph will be doing some readings there. So I hope that you can join us. And I thank you all for your support. Thank you. Oh, Lady Soul, how are you? Lady Soul, how are you? I watched you on just for a couple of minutes last night on with Allie from Heart and Soul Connected, my partner. That is First Circle of Friends, our collaborative channel. I would love to have you on my show, or on my channel. I do a segment on Sundays called Sunday Connections, which is all about the different ways that we can connect with spirit. And I would love if you could join me one time. So I'm going to pop my email in the chat. Maybe you could write it down and then send me your email so I have your contact information. I just think you're fabulous. I would be most honored if you would join me. All right, so I've put this is my email in here. So there you go. So yeah, send me an email whenever you can. And of course, I'm glad that you're feeling a bit better after your COVID exposure. I do just want to say again, Ingla, so proud of you. Thank you for being here and for sharing. I know that wasn't easy, and I appreciate the fact that you trust me with your journey. So thank you. And if ever you need to reach out, you've got my email, so feel free. Okay. And try to tune in on Wednesday if you can at 9 p.m. If you can't do it live, try to watch the replay. As I said, we're doing the solutions, which is, different tips and tools to fill our spiritual toolbox to help us through these, challenging times of this self-healing journey that we're all, trying to navigate. So visualization, there'll be mirror work, meditation, tapping exercises, all of those things. So I do hope that you can watch it and find some of the information useful. Okay. JR, my friend, thank you for being here with me. I think you were like my number 3 subscriber, which just thrills me that you're still with me, and I love you for it. Thank you everyone for popping in. And Lady Soul, it was a pleasure. I've been on for 2 hours and 42 minutes unintentionally. And then I have readings tonight, so I want to get a break in. But this was lovely that you popped in. I'm so grateful that you're here. And I look forward to your email and to, being able to collaborate with you. That would be an honor. So thank you so much. This has been lovely. Thank you everyone for being here and for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I wish you many, many blessings, and go enjoy some sunshine. Go enjoy some sunshine, my friends. I wish you many blessings. Mwah! Bye, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. Enjoy your day. Many blessings.